All right. Looks like okay, good. Looks like we are live. This is our Saturday morning training. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everybody right now. Um, we have, every week I try to get some people on that are incredible servant leaders, have done some amazing things in the business. We've had Robert Hollis on, we've had Aaron Parker on. And this week, I reached out to a young lady, Meladee Ryba, and she agreed to join us today. And I was just honored and blessed that she would come and kind of share her story and share a little bit, some tips and some things that will be a great help to us. So those of you who are watching on Facebook, I'm not see. I may or may not get to your comments, but we will certainly answer them after the fact. I've added Meladee to the Daring Dream Team group so she can kind of see what's going on. But she's an amazing lady, and I think she was maybe one of Robert Hollis's first recruits. They've been friends for a long time, and she's a wealth of information. I've only known her for a little bit, but she has been such a blessing and such an honor to be a part of their masterclass group and listen to all the things that all the value and all the training and things that she gives out. It's just amazing. And multiple six-figure earner. She may even be a seven-figure earner at this point. I'll let her tell you her story and some tips. And if she has time, she may even open it up to some questions. I'm going to let her take that over. So as I bring out Meladee, please let's welcome Meladee Ryba. Meladee, are you here? There's that face. There she is. You are muted.
Good morning, Ron. Good morning, everybody. It's so
Hi,
good to see you. So excited to be here.
I am so excited that you are here. You probably heard a little bit of what announcing that you were joining us. And again, I want to thank you, and it's such an honor to have you here. We have a group that comes on slowly, so you're going to see the numbers kind of go up, and we go on. A lot of people watch it on our live group and that. So, but I've asked you here today, and I'm just so blessed that you agreed to do this. But if you could just maybe share with the team your story and some tips, wherever you want to go, Meladee. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you so much. I am so honored, really, truly, to be asked to come and visit with all of you. I just want to congratulate you guys. You guys have an amazing opportunity. You have an incredible leader here in Ron. Oh my goodness. This is not the norm in a lot of marketing companies, to be able to have somebody who just really will pour into you and serve you and want you to succeed. And you guys have that here. So congratulations. My name is Meladee Ryba. I live in Southern California. I've always been a Cali girl. And, everything in my life was centered around California. And recently, thanks to technology, I get to meet and create and surround myself with people that are all over the world. And that being said, I want that to be a big clue for you guys. When you're growing a business, you've got access to people all over the world. And it's truly, truly incredible. And I know you guys are plugged into Robert's trainings. And, I can't say enough about Robert Hollis. Robert Hollis he was a light at the end of my tunnel. I didn't have any light. My story is, before I met Robert, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had been married for about 25 years, and I was living a fairy tale, just an absolute fairy tale. Beautiful children, the dog, the white picket fence, all of that. And all of that came crashing down. I was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4, and didn't didn't do well with treatments. And I met Robert. And when I met him, I was such in the victim mentality. Now, I had just lost my husband when I met Robert as well. We lost him unexpectedly. And it was a trying time. We lost our dream home that we saved and remodeled, and we thought we were going to be there forever. It turns out it wasn't our forever home. Lost everything. Wound up living out of my car for 1.5 years with 2 boys and not having money to feed them, having to listen to them fall asleep hungry at night, trying to get comfortable in the backseat of a car. At that time, my car seats didn't even, I had a classic car. I had a 69 Firebird. And for those of you who like classic cars, it was sweet. But it didn't have reclining seats. So if you imagine sleeping in your car and never reclining for 1.5 years, it's crazy. Life was very, very difficult. But what happened because of all the life experiences, all the challenges that came about in my life, it beat me up. It robbed me of my self-esteem, my self-confidence, my self-worth. And Robert showed me different tools. Robert gave me, like I said, he was a light at the end of my tunnel. And then he became the GPS to my success. Because of that, I live a life that I never even dreamt of. I never dreamt that I could live a happy life after I lost my husband. I never dreamt that I could live a life that I didn't have to worry about money. I never thought that I didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. Robert gave me the tools and taught me how to do this. And I'm so, so blessed that he did this. With patience, he did this. And I say this because for many years, Robert would teach in his trainings. I was at every event. I was in that front row. I was taking notes in my journals. I could finish every sentence. That's how often and how much I was there. I was learning. However, I wasn't applying. So I want that to be the biggest clue for you guys today. Duplication. Duplicate whatever Robert's training says for you to do. That's what's going to get you to your desired destination, whatever that is for you. One of the greatest things and a critical thing, and when we're talking about network marketing, to be perfectly honest, I never thought I'd be in another network marketing company. Never. Robert taught me how to create an income online that was more money than I would make. I'd make more money in 10 days than I made in a year. So I never thought I would ever go back to network marketing. Network marketing made me feel a little uncomfortable because I don't know about any of you, but I wasn't a salesperson. So when it came to products, I was giving them away. I believed in the products. I knew people needed them, and I was giving it away. Don't do that. That's not the way to build a successful business. I just wanted to help people so badly. But I was surrounding myself with people that didn't want to help themselves, people that didn't want to participate in their own success. So as you're reaching out and you're connecting with people, just know that not everybody is ready for success. And the road to success, however it's achievable, it really takes working on ourselves more than anything else. Robert used to ask me, when are you going to stop playing that old DVD? I could just walk in the room and sit down and he'd say that. I'm like, what is he talking about? And I get all defensive, and it's like, he doesn't know me. He doesn't know what my life is about. He doesn't know this. Robert, for the longest time, didn't even know I was homeless. He didn't know I was homeless. I never shared that with him. He knew that I was very ill. He knew that I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and after treatment sent home to prepare for the end of my life, to find somebody to take care of my children. He didn't know that I was homeless. He didn't know I had no food to feed my kids. He didn't know that every day was a struggle of where to park the car. Where could we be the safest? Because you leave a car out in some neighborhoods, and during the middle of the night, you're going to find people trying to break in your car. This is California. That's what happens here. So, just having to be on alert all the time. And Robert said something when I first met him. A friend of mine named Scott Kloster introduced him to me. And he said, you've got to come meet this guy. You got to be there. You got to be there. And I'm just thinking, dude, I'm tired. I'm supposed to be preparing for the end of my life, trying to find somebody to take care of my children and keep them together, because family wanted to separate them. Oh, we'll take one and we'll take one. They just lost their best friend, their dad. And then they were going to lose their mom. And then family wanted to separate them. And I'm just like, this is not going to happen. So thankfully, I am celebrating, I believe this year is 8 years. Thanksgiving will be 8 years cancer-free. And I know that God put me on this planet not just to raise my kids, but that he gave me a greater purpose. I didn't know what that purpose was. I just knew that I was here and I was meant to be here, and I needed to figure out what that purpose was. Well, when I started learning from Robert, and one of the first things I ever heard him say, and I was so convinced he said this directly to me in a room of about 200-300 people in a training. He said, because my friend made me sit up front, which I'm just going, no, I'm good in the back, right? He said, no, you got to come up here. These are the money seats. Money seats? I'm going to get paid to sit in this seat? Okay, I'll sit up front. Robert said something that day that has left a huge impression on my life. He said, why is it that people fail? This could be in anything, in business, relationships, even in education, fail to reach our dreams. Why is it that people fail? Nobody in the audience could answer. He said it's because people focus on surviving rather than focus on thriving. And I could swear he looked at me when he said it. I was nudging my friend going, you betrayed me. You set me up here. But apparently several people in that room thought he was talking about them. That's exactly where I was. My head was stuck in my little trouble bubble. My world was all about everything that was wrong. My health was wrong. We lost our dream home, almost all of our possessions. I felt like my life was over. It wasn't. It was just beginning. It was just beginning. So the reason why I want to share this with you is because no matter where you are in life, or no matter where your loved ones are in life, I want you all to know that life is now just beginning. This is a starting point, and you guys have an incredible opportunity in front of you. Like I said, I didn't think I'd ever be in network marketing again, but when Robert sent me that message, hey, I'm looking at this, check it out, I signed up. I didn't know what the product was. I didn't know what the opportunity was. I didn't really know much about CBD. I thought it was illegal. I didn't care. And the reason being because I saw what Robert did in that past company that I was in with him when I first met him, and how he built an organization of over 758,000 people. Mind-blowing. Can you imagine being paid off 758,000 people every week, every week, every week? It was crazy. So when I thought, okay, Robert is thinking about coming out of retirement, I'm not missing out on this. I signed up immediately. I didn't even look to see what the products were. Didn't even look. I jumped. Robert said something, and I've had this on my post-it on my computer for the longest time. It says, "Don't think, jump." I jumped. I didn't stick my toe in the water. I jumped in the deep end. And I had to tell everybody, oh my goodness, what is it that could get a multimillionaire to come out of retirement? I'm not missing this opportunity. And several people jumped with me. And before I knew it, it's funny because I don't know if that point Robert had really kind of said, okay, I'm doing this. He was just sharing with me this opportunity he was considering. And before we knew it, I had him on a Zoom call with over 100 people, like the next day. You've got to share this with people. He goes, okay, I guess I'm in. I guess I'm in. He wanted to do it for Terry, and I kind of think I nudged him a little faster than he wanted. He would have gone. He would have been here anyway. He would have been here anyway. Robert, I know that anytime, I've often said to Robert, I will follow you to the end of the earth, because everything he's ever taught me, everything he's ever poured into me, every training, every master class, everything is always made me either the better version of myself. It's allowed me to make more money, to support myself, to be able to contribute more where my heartstrings are pulled, which I couldn't afford to contribute anywhere before. It was all about me. How am I going to survive? How am I going to survive? His generous heart for sharing and teaching and giving made the biggest impression on me. And I wanted to be part of what he was doing. I saw those lives change. I saw all of those people that he talks about, not all of them, most of them, a majority of them that he talks about in his book, become millionaires. I saw many people that were at the same trainings, at the same events, in the same company, making millions of dollars. And I sat there and I just cut, why them and not me? I'm here. I'm showing up early. Robert Hollis Jr. used to always say, early is on time. Late, what was it? Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. I learned that I needed to be there early because I didn't want to miss one word, one golden nugget, anything that Robert were to suggest that we do, train, or anything that would help me. And I became like Miss Popcorn. Pop here, pop there, pop here. It was just like constantly I was getting these epiphanies, not just of how to build a business, but why I was the way I was, why I thought the way I thought, why I felt the way I felt. And he challenged me by asking me all the time, how do you know that? See, even after I started to apply what Robert taught me, and it took me a long time to be willing to do everything he said. So here's your second warning. There are no shortcuts. Don't waste time on shortcuts. There were so many things. Robert would say, okay, do this, this, and this. And I'd say, well, I don't have a problem doing this and this. But this over here makes me nervous. It makes me have anxiety. It makes me uncomfortable. So I'm going to leave that out. And it cost me years. It wasn't until I said, I sent Robert a message one day on Facebook. And I was in his mentorship program, and I had been mentored under him and learning from him for years. And in December, I want to say December 2014, I sent him a message on Facebook. And I said, Robert, will you please personally mentor me? I don't even know what that meant. I just knew that I needed to really learn what to do. And he called me on the phone immediately. Immediately. He says, Meladee, I would love to mentor you, but you're going to have to do what I do to get the results that I got. And I'm thinking, you know, I thought I was doing what you're doing. I thought I was doing it. And then I had to reevaluate, kind of reflect, yeah, I don't do that. And I don't do that over there. And sometimes I do that. I'm not very consistent there. Every day I hear Robert's words. You have to do what I do to get the results that I got. So that was the end of December 2014. January, I went through every journal I had ever taken. Notes in from his events, his trainings, his phone calls even. How many people here get on the phone with a friend and take notes from what they're saying? I did. Because I just knew that I wasn't going to remember it, and I needed to remember what he was saying. And I needed to learn to apply it somewhere. I went through all of those notes, and I took out everything he said to duplicate, everything that he did to create that organization of over 758,000 people. The same things he does now, today, to break all records in this company. And I started to do it. I did the best that I could. I sacrificed everything. I sacrificed that one day a week that I got to visit with my son. I said, you know what? I'm just doing this for 90 days. You can come to the house, you can be there, but Mama's got to do this. Mama's got to change the legacy she's leaving. And I did. And I started duplicating everything he said to do. And I wiped out everything else because I was spending a lot of time online doing a lot of things that didn't matter, that didn't make a difference, that didn't get me any closer to the change that I was looking for in my life. And I did that for 30 days. I made $1,000. Not a whole lot of money. It was a lot of money to me, but maybe not a lot of money to you guys. Within 60 days, I was able to walk away from my full-time job that I absolutely dreaded. I don't recommend you walk away from your job in 60 days. I couldn't go back. I just absolutely couldn't go back there. In 90 days, that's when I was able to hit $10,000 a month. And it has increased and increased and increased. That was March 2015. And I was able to get my income to where I think my largest thing here is we were trying to figure it all out. It made me over $700,000 last year in 10 months. Mind-blowing, right? Imagine. It's a whole other training when you start making money like that. To know what to do with it, how to be smart with it, right? So then we were just adding up recently, and it's like I did $33,000 in 10 days. Now here's the thing. I'm doing what I love to do. I do network marketing on the side. That doesn't even count MDC money. Doesn't count MDC money. The reason I tell this to you is because everything that Robert told me to duplicate that got me that kind of income, I applied to my daily choice. I applied the same recipe to my daily choice. And that's what was able to get me to 25K in 28 days. And you guys need to know that that is possible for you. There are no limits. If somebody else has hit 100K, you can hit 100K. If somebody else has hit 250K, you can hit that. If somebody else has become a super affiliate, you can do that too. The main thing is to follow what's duplicatable, not necessarily what works. Because what works for somebody might not work for you. And what we do, one of the most critical things that Robert taught me was that when you're building a company, you have to get other people results. GTR. It's critical to get people results, or you're always going to be replacing those customers, right? He also told me to focus on business builders, not just customers. If any of you follow me, and you can go to Meladee Ryba or Meladee Here to Serve You on Facebook. You're not going to see me posting a bunch of product, right? Comp plan, no. In fact, Robert laughs at me because I don't even do calls like this for my group. I don't do trainings for my group. I don't do any of that, and this is why. I did that for a long time. And one, it caused me to fall into management mode. And two, it kept me from connecting with new people. And I figured out that if I could just point, guide, and direct people to Robert, his training, I didn't have to do it. And I have Robert Hollis working for me. I can't teach them better than Robert can, right? Now you get people plugged into his master classes because they're phenomenal. I recommend his other courses to them because they've changed my life. And I just keep edifying. Robert's book, which I learned, give it away as much as I can. Robert's book, his best-selling book on Amazon, made me over $700,000 last year because I was edifying somebody else. And I know you all have access to that. All you have to do is ask Ron if you don't. That book has life-changing information in it. And most people I meet are not happy with their current situations. They're not happy with the amount of money they make. They're not happy that the holidays come and they can't go visit their families because they can't afford to, or they can't afford to take days off, or they have to have a staycation. They don't get to spend the time with their families that they want to, with their children that they want to. That book has great information that's going to help them realize that if somebody else has achieved something, they too can achieve it. So let's get back with getting people results. This is one of the most important skills Robert said that I needed to learn. And we reach out to people, right? We use social media. I exclusively use Facebook because I've never run out of people on Facebook. And I like to teach people how to do things without getting overwhelmed. Oh, now I got to go check Snapchat, and I got to go post on Instagram, and I've got to go post on LinkedIn. And I'm sorry, that just makes me feel like I had nothing accomplished that day because there's always, I got to. Then I started changing my language. Instead of, I've got to do this, or I've got to go clean the bathrooms, or I've got to go mop the floors, I've got to make new friends today. I get to reach out to new people today. And when we reach out to people, Robert, he's always stressing, build rapport, use the law of reciprocity. So, and to not always think when you give something to somebody, don't expect anything in return. In fact, don't even expect a thank you. Because then that makes us feel defeated, like nobody's paying attention to me. What? Why aren't they listening to me? I gave them something great and they didn't even say thank you. Connecting with people, how we connect with people is how, if they join you, they're going to connect with people. From the get-go, that very first message is going to be very impactful. I gift immediately. I don't wait to find out anything. I get a friend request and I say, thank you so much, James, for your friend request. Looking forward to getting to know you and how I can serve you. Let's chat soon. How many people do you chat with or don't chat with on Facebook? I open the door. And let them know, hey, I'd like to get to know more about you. Let's chat soon. Make it a great day. Here's a gift for you. Bam, gift. Now, part of my super sorting system is the people that respond to that. I could send that out to 100 people a day. So how I connect with them is, and build rapport to get them to know, like, and trust me, to let them know that, I'm not, I used to give them like 20 questions. Where do you live? What do you do for work? How many kids do you have? Are you married? Blah, 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 blah. And it would go on for days, sometimes weeks. I joke with some of the people in my courses, they're like, okay, I'm building rapport with this person. I've been talking to this person for a couple of months now. At what point do I give them? Or at what point can I share with them what I'm doing? And I said, what are you going to do? Marry them? You're finding out every detail of their life? If you're not planning on marrying them, get to the point. If we're excited about what we're sharing, we're going to do it with enthusiasm. Have you ever given a gift to somebody? A birthday gift, Christmas gift, and it's wrapped all pretty, and you're just so excited. I can't wait to see them open it, right? And you hand them that gift, and they go, oh, what pretty paper. I'm going to save the paper, and they're tearing it very gently, and you're just going, open it. That's how I feel every time I give a gift, because I know it's going to help them. Then what do? I give more. I might share my power in words with them. If any of you want a copy of that, contact me. I freely give that to you. And it shows how just changing our language, removing certain words like ifs, buts, sooner or later, these words that we use on a regular basis, how changing those words, replacing them, can change a lot in our success. So Robert says to give. Now, if these people decide to join us, they're going to duplicate what we do. Well, we're not looking. I don't look and have conversations with people thinking, okay, I'm going to talk to 30 people today, so that's 30 new prospects for my business. I don't look at them as prospects. I look at them as new people that I can offer them something to make their life better. I'm not going to say I didn't, because I was taught in network marketing, if they're breathing and they have a credit card, sign them up. And I found myself surrounded by a bunch of people that they were not motivated to create change in their life. they did not do what they needed to do to create that change in their life. And oftentimes, if any of you has anybody here, by a show of hands, watched Robert's edutainment, The Fisherman? Oh my gosh. You guys got to log into roberthollis.com and watch The Fisherman. All of his characters are great, but The Fisherman, I remember distinctively, I was sitting in the very front row, and I worked hard to get everybody on my team there at this event. You've got to be at this live event Robert's doing. It's life-changing. And I've shared with them what I've seen happen at these events. And I'm sitting in the very front row in the middle. And, you know, the fisherman, he's pulling up, you know, maybe a rubber chicken, you know, maybe this is you, afraid to talk to your friends and family, pulls up this little stuffed turd. This might be somebody on your team, right? And he pulls up this baby. And when he's done talking about the baby, you know, the whiners that we surround ourselves with, and he was done and he tossed it, and I caught the baby and I immediately held it to my chest. Natural instinct for mom, right? The baby literally cried out loud. And I fell apart. It was the hugest epiphany for me. Every single person that I had in those front two rows that I told them, you have to be there, you have to be there, they were all babies. I was marketing to the wrong people. I was attracting the wrong people. And I couldn't stop crying. And Robert just saw the top of my head blow off. And I couldn't stop crying. That's when I realized I need to be careful and learn to market to the right people. The people that are my avatar, the people that I want, my desired customer, the people that I want to surround myself with. Not the people that I have to rah every day. I remember the day that Robert Hollis Jr. said, I am not here to motivate you. And I kind of went, how rude. This is supposed to be, you know, positive, uplifting group. You're not going to motivate me? No. Our motivation has to come from within. If we don't know why we're doing what we're doing, we need to get clarity there. Because consistency is going to be a real problem. So I learned to put my pom-poms back in the closet. If we have to motivate our teams, we're going to have a problem. Because when we're not there to get them all pumped up, to get them all jacked up, they're not going to do anything. So Robert also shared with me that prior to every connection, that was valuable, by the way, every connection is valuable. And I know this because I have people coming to me 4, 5, 6 years later. Go, Meladee, I've been watching you. So explain to me what you're doing now. Never said a word to me all those years, but they've been watching. Every connection is valuable because even if they don't join you, they can give you a referral. So we still want to love on them. We still want to give to them things that they could pass along to somebody else. He stressed out no matter what it was or who it was, to use the law of reciprocity. Giving value, giving value. Some of you may be doing Facebook Lives, giving value. I have not yet done a Facebook Live saying, this is awesome stuff. This is miracle juice. I haven't done that. Is it because I don't believe in the product? No, I absolutely believe in this product. I don't have to have knee replacement surgery because of this product. I feel like the bionic woman because of this product. I'm not as excited about the product as I am about the system and the opportunity to work with the legendary, world-renowned, multi-millionaire creator of millionaires, the author of How Is That Working? That's what I promote. That's all I promote. And that's what not only helps keep me humble and me not feeling like, okay, not worried about when people say, well, Meladee, how much are you making? Because I know before I was making any money, I was scared to talk to people because I was afraid people would ask me how much I'm making. The best thing I could do is say, you know what? I wasn't making what I want to make. And I got smart and I hired myself a mentor. A mentor who told me, is teaching me, and is showing me, because Robert is the king of show and tell, showing me how to be more successful. And I still do the same thing to this day. The same thing. Edifying, giving, edifying some more, pointing, guiding, directing, and letting Robert Hollis work for Meladee Ryba. So, do you guys have any questions?
Well, first off, Meladee, that was amazing. Thank you so much. If you guys, yeah, let's give her a hand. That was incredible. The surviving and thriving. This all of the tips and if you guys weren't taking notes, I'm glad this is recorded so you could be able to go through this again, because these were incredible nuggets of gold. And I love the fact that she has told us what our heart is as a community. For our dream team, Meladee, is helping others and giving and giving and giving. And it is so in line with what you've said and so in line with Robert's teachings. And it's just been amazing. So, if you've got a few minutes, I'd love to open this up for questions. If you have a question, just unmute and ask away.
Awesome. Awesome.
Meladee, this is Carlos. How are ya?
I'm great. Hi, Carlos. Good to see you.
Likewise. Thank you. Thank you. I'm dropping off my daughter at her mom's house and then headed to the gym. But here's the thing. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for jumping on this. This was so inspirational. I'm going to definitely go watch the recording. And I had like light bulbs going on. I don't know if you could see. They were going on all over me. Like, oh, my goodness. Like, so everything you said is absolutely spot on, because I haven't been edifying as much as I should, even though I've had, some success here at MDC, but I got away from edifying and I need to get back to edifying. Okay. I've been wearing my pom-poms, too much. I've been doing a lot of cheerleading and trying to motivate the team that, especially those that, are not really, participating as much as I know their potential is, so I got to get away from that. But, just a ton of things that you just really spoke to me. Are you surviving or are you thriving? Man, this is just off the top of my head because obviously I'm driving and I can't take notes. But just thank you so much for this. We need to have you more on these calls. Very, very informative. Just like I said, just tons of value. I just want to thank you. We love you so much. And so I'm going to go back and watch this. I got so many gold nuggets. And you know what? Shame on me because I do have that book and I haven't read it. Right now I'm reading The Greatest Miracle, with Og Mandino. I'm reading that book right now. But that one's next. I could tell, definitely. Oh my goodness, I'm about halfway through it. But I have Robert's book with me, and I could tell you're using it almost like a Bible because it's dog-eared. I can see you've got all these little notes sticking out of them and stuff like that. So that just speaks volume, and I'm just going to start edifying Robert more and more and more and more, because before I was kind of more promoting. I went from promoting the opportunity to promoting the product, but I got away from edifying, right? And I need to get back to that. So thank you. That's, to me, the biggest light bulb, and that's lit over my mind right now that I'm going to go back to immediately. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Carlos. And as leaders, as your teams are growing, I'm not saying don't do things that are going to inspire your team or encourage your team, but we don't have to motivate them. Right? So keep doing what you're doing, Carlos, because you're amazing, and I'm watching you, and you just rock, dude. And I'm so glad that you got that light bulb moment, because if there's one thing that, there's one skill that Robert told me. He said, if you could only master one skill, it would be edification and promoting. Edification and promoting. I remember he used to live not far from me here in California. And they moved back to Montana for a while, and he used to ask people, he said, I will come to your town, but you've got to be able to fill the room. Can you get a minimum of 100 people there? Can you get 200 people there? And that you can't do unless you know how to properly edify and promote. And that's one of the things that I stress with my own students, is learning how to do this correctly, because that's all I did in the beginning. I didn't know a lot of the other stuff. As I was working on the personal development stuff, as I was working on shedding those limiting beliefs that were holding me back, or my thoughts that just wouldn't let me get any further. I'd get so far. And for an example, I would get so far and I'd get stuck again. And then I had to learn what's causing me to get stuck. Well, I learned in my culturescape, when I was growing up, I was taught money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. Rich people are selfish. They don't care about anybody else. So this is what was fed into my brain. Now, I didn't consciously think of this on my day-to-day. I had to dig deep and find out where, Robert always asks, how do you know that? I had to find out how I knew rich people were greedy. And then I went, okay, I know Robert. I know several successful people. They're not greedy at all. In fact, they're the most generous people I know. But because of those thoughts, those beliefs, those seeds that had grown in my brain, in my mind, into my beliefs, I couldn't get any more success because I could not become what I despised. There's a lot that happens when it comes to personal growth. That's why we always have to be working on ourselves. And one of the greatest things we can do are learn and become, apply those success principles that are taught in the Science of Getting Rich. Robert has an incredible gift that he gives to everybody in that care package that is mastering the Science of Getting Rich. Access that, use that as a tool, help it change your limiting beliefs, because that's exactly what it'll do. So thank you, Carlos, for sharing. I love seeing you on the calls, bud. I love it. And you're always on the go. So love your energy. Does anybody else have any questions?
Hi, Melody. My name is Meredith. How are you?
I am blessed, highly favored, and deeply loved, Meredith.
Wonderful.
How are you?
Wonderful. I just wanted to say that you have been basically an inspiration. It was just wonderful hearing your story, your testimony. I can't say that I've gone down that particular road, but, we have struggled and have had enough struggles, financially, emotionally, mentally. And I'm talking about myself and my husband here, James. And I just wanted to say, you know, just listening to this and knowing that we are embarking in this business all together, meeting new people, and as leaders, you know, trying to motivate and educate our team members, and just realizing that we do not have to be, you know, coaching and telling people do this, do that, you know, because we have a system that does work. And so I just thank you so much for your information, and also guiding us onto what we should be motivating and teaching others to do, which is to duplicate and talk about those, and uplifting with Robert Hollis, you know, saying, you know, the things that he has taught us. And if we can just educate people and guide them to a system that does work, which is, you know, everything that he's teaching us. We don't have to reinvent the wheel, just follow. So thank you so much.
God, we don't have to create and you know, make something up on our own. Meredith, it's such a pleasure to meet you and your husband, James. I'm so happy to see you here. You know, and like I said earlier, if you guys want that power of words, that gift from me, reach out to me. You know, my name is spelled exactly like it is on here. Okay. So just reach out to me on Facebook. The glory of doing what we do is knowing that we can just learn to copy. Now, I know we're taught as children in school, don't copy your neighbor. You know, you're doing a quiz or a test, don't copy somebody else. That does not apply here. The more you can copy somebody who's achieved something that you want to achieve, the better off you're going to be. Now, we all, Meredith, have things in our life, those obstacles or pebbles in the road. Some of us have boulders, but you know, the things that come across in life. And my biggest message to everybody is life is too short to live it in mediocrity. And for those of you who have ever read the God Memorandum at the back of this book, or and it's part of my ritual each and every day. I think on September 4th, I hit 600 days in a row, the God Memorandum. This was a great tool when it came to me realizing that no matter what my fails were, no matter what my struggles were, no matter what, I was created uniquely and purposefully. And my job was to find out what the will for my life is, God's will for my life, my God's will for my life, and to do my best to fulfill that. And when I did that, because I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I loved what Robert was doing, the impact he was having on other people's lives, and I grabbed onto his coattails. And then I found coaching and mentoring people. And it didn't matter what business they were in. It didn't matter what profession. It didn't matter if it was online or you know, a brick and mortar business. Didn't matter where. If I could help people find what they love to do, coach people what they love to do, and turn that into profits, now they're not feeling like they're working. They're doing what they love. They're jacked up out of their mind because they get to get up and do what they love, right? And then now they don't have to maybe answer to a boss or a job or something that's going to take them away from their family and get stuck living paycheck to paycheck. You know what's interesting, in most jobs, I'm not going to say all, but most jobs, they pay you enough money to keep you coming back, but not enough money to ever leave. There's no way out. So I coach people to identify what it is that they love to do and turn that into profits, so they no longer have to struggle financially. And when you can do that and give them options, you know, building a network marketing company is not what I get jacked up about. Helping people change their lives is what I get jacked up about. Network marketing just gives me more funds to contribute to my terminal families, to my terminal kids, to allow their parents to stay with their children in the hospital, because their clock is ticking. They've only lived in the hospital or most of their lives. And these parents have to leave them to go to these jobs to be able to afford the insurance to keep them in the hospital. They can never get that time back. I've made it my mission in life to give them as much time as they want with those people. Network marketing allows me to do that more so.
Meladee, I have a question not necessarily a question. Hi, my name is Dawn Rodarte. I'm part of this wonderful team underneath Carlos. And I just want to say thank you so much for inspiring all of us. And a couple nuggets that I did take away today, one like Carlos said, edifying. But the other thing I think goes far deeper is chasing our team to try to help them to become something that we want them to be, and they maybe necessarily don't want to be. So that was really huge for me, because I am starting in building, and I feel like I really have to work hard with those people that I have to keep them motivated, moving. And that's probably one of the mistakes that I feel I have made. I need to let them decide, is this truly where they want to be and what they want to do? And when they're ready, they can move forward. I need to keep focusing on those people that want my help, that want to join this amazing team, and that want to make a difference in their life, because that's why I do this. I am about changing lives and helping people, but I'm not about babysitting people. And that is what I have been doing. So thank you so much. And I did personal message you and said, yes, 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 please send it to me.
Okay, I will look for that.
Okay.
Look for that.
Thank you so much. You're a doll. So I appreciate your help.
Thank you, Dawn. I look forward to getting to know more about you.
Yes.
And congratulations. Really, we have this most amazing opportunity. However, we can't convince everybody. I think it's on my Facebook timeline. I'm not here to convince or judge. I'm here to serve. And if serving means lending somebody an ear or encouraging them, sending them a message that's just going to let them know they can get through today, that's what I'm all about. Never in my mind does it, I wonder how much credit they have on their credit card. It's just not about that. I was that babysitter, Dawn, like I shared with you earlier, and it's so difficult. It's exhausting. So as people come in, whether they're coming into one of my coaching courses or they're coming in to join me in a business, I want to know, I like to get to know them. What is it that you're looking to achieve? Even like with my courses, I have people fill out a questionnaire first before I allow them in. And that's because I want to make sure it's a great fit. Now, I was just looking, I think there's 98 people requesting to join my closed group. I've never advertised. I have never spent a penny advertising. And that is because of the law of attraction working for me, learning to make that happen. I did a lot of that through the Science of Getting Rich. And I don't know if I can pull this up and show you guys real quick, because I don't like to just say things. I like to show you. Let me see. Can I make that bigger? I don't know. Can you guys see how many requests are there? I think it says 99. Do you see that? Anybody?
Yeah,
yes, we can see it. We can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes from no advertising. That's one of my closed groups. The reason why I get more excited, the reason why, and the point that I brought that up is because I don't just allow everybody in. Now, if I did, that'd be well over $110,000 today. Well over $110,000 in one day. That's just from today. So, the one thing that I wish I could tell myself my 2014 self was really start dreaming bigger. Dream bigger, because there are no limits on what you can do. There's no limit on what you are capable of when it comes to, you find your purpose, you do what you love to do each day. You're excited to get up in the morning because you've got these incredible messages of people that you've helped, or people that, oh my gosh, we're not getting a divorce anymore, or this or that, it's just incredible. I don't need coffee in the morning anymore because I'm excited for life. Now I just drink it because I like it, not that I need it, right? So it's just truly incredible when you're doing and you're getting these people that are engaging, they're excited, we can be that positive, uplifting influence in their life. I'm all about, in my Meladee Here to Serve You group, that group is created to build a culture of empowered people to be able to take control over their lives, what it is that they want. Because Dawn, you and I, we may not be looking to get to the same destination, right? Our desired destination might be a different place. However, there are a lot of the same things we need to learn and need to do to get there. So when I say I have people fill out a questionnaire to evaluate whether they can be part of my group or not, whether I'm going to be able to help them, because that's important for me. I'm not money motivated. I am results driven. And not everybody is in the right place in their life to make a commitment to create that change. So it's all about meeting them where they are, inspiring them, enlightening them of what the opportunity, what the possibilities are, right? And then helping them achieve to get there. Some people are just never going to do anything. We just have to love them. Sometimes it might take a year or two, and they're going to go, oh my gosh. I've got people messaging me now going, oh, all those people jumped over me. I lost 400 people under me. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Yeah. And you know what, Meladee, a key point, like you said, is are you results driven? I'm very results driven because I truly believe if I help enough people get what they want, the money will come in. You don't have to worry about that piece. So results driven is definitely where I am.
Yeah, and that's exactly what kept me going for so many years without making the money. While I was learning from Robert, I was getting the results. The results were happening here in the 6 inches between my ears first. They were happening here. And Robert just set the bar really high, and he was a perfect example of being a heart of a servant, having a heart of a servant. And I want to be Robert Hollis when I grow up. Well, guess what? I get to be Robert Hollis today on Masterclass because they just asked me if I'd be there to teach it. So, yeah, super, super exciting. So I am watching the clock here, but stepping out of our comfort zone, I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing to do. But the more that we can do it, the more growth we're going to have, right? Yeah, yeah. So any other questions? Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you, James, Meredith. Questions? No? Do you guys all know how to find people? Where to find people? Y'all know that? Okay, you're good. I'll see you walking the stage in October, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Awesome. Awesome. Ron.
That would be a great tip.
How to find people?
Absolutely.
So, okay, I used to think that I was going to have to go out and search for people all the time. All the time. And I thought, this is mundane. This is boring. I really don't like to do this. I always still kind of kept talking the old talk, right? I don't get to find people. I have to find people. That was horrible. Change that. So I had to figure out, who do I want to surround myself with? Because I didn't want a bunch of babies on my team anymore. And I had to learn to posture myself how to teach people on my team how to treat me, how to teach my coaching clients how to treat me. So in the beginning, I'm all in. You go on Facebook 24/7, you're going to say, Meladee's active. Well, Meladee's not really there, but her phone is always on. So people would message me at midnight. People would message me at 2 o'clock in the morning. People would message me at 10. It wouldn't matter. Meladee would always respond. So I had to say, okay, Meladee is a professional, and Meladee isn't so desperate that she needs to make herself available 24/7. Meladee owns her own time now. So that was one of the ways that I postured myself. Now, finding people. I had to remember, who is my avatar? Who is my desired customer, my desired rep, my desired coaching client? Whatever it was that I was looking for, who is that person? Where do they hang out? What do they like to do? Well, what I found was my desired avatar was much like me. Not always, but most of the time. So that's who I would learn to market to appeal to. When I was doing my Facebook Lives, which I haven't done in a while now, I'll tell you, that was one of the things I didn't like to do, but I did it. It helped me build my brand, helped me build my following. Now I'm a little more exclusive in my groups, in my group training. So I don't have a problem with people now. But I used to have to go out there and find them. So I'd have to go, where are they? Are they like-minded people? Do they like, I don't know, the principles, or do they like The Secret? Do they like the success principles? Are they into personal development? And the great thing that I would share with them is, if they were, because I love people that love to grow. I love people that can recognize that what I'm doing now, if they're in the same place they were a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and nothing has changed, and now they realize, I need to work on me to start creating this, because we can't use the same mindset that got to us where we are to get something different. About the same time that I asked Robert if he would personally mentor me, I was haunted by a quote that I'm sure many of you have seen many times, but it was like every time I logged back on the computer or on my phone, I saw it 15, 18, 20 times in a day. The definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over, and not getting any different, and expecting different results. We can't do that. If we don't like the results that we're getting now, we need to find somebody who is achieving what we want to do and has the documentation, not just the ability, the documentation in teaching others how to do the same thing. Because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of incredible trainers, a lot of incredible successful people. I have not yet found somebody as documented as Robert. So I stick to what Robert teaches me. He's given me everything from step 1 to step done. I'll never have to worry about income again. The only concern I have now is, what do I do? What do I do smart with it? Because I've never had so much. How can I be smart with my money? Again, I have to go to my mentor and say, hey, who do you use for your financial advisor, right? The mentoring goes on. There are so many different levels of it. But we have to start with being genuine, being real. I find the people that attract the most people and build those deeper relationships, those deeper connections with people faster, are the people that are genuine. They're not putting on another persona. Robert, whether he's on the stage in front of 8,000 people or, we're kicking back in his living room, or his Dan, on the recliners with our shoes kicked off, he's the same exact person. We need to know that we are good enough. We have what we need within us now to attract the people and to be able to help people that we want. So where is it that your avatar is hanging out? What are they interested in? Are they in a knitting club? Are you a knitting whiz? It doesn't matter. Do you like gardening? That's where they are. To be able to find somebody that has a common ground, a commonality, and the faster you can find that commonality with somebody, the faster you're going to build rapport. So I hope that helps.
That is amazing. Meladee, I know your time is short here. The master class is coming up. You've just, people, if those of you are watching this live or watching the replay, you don't understand that what she's given us over this last hour or so has been thousands of dollars worth of training, mindset, just gift after gift after gift. And Meladee, I can't thank you enough. I'm honored to be on the same team with you, honored to be working with you. Does anybody have one last question that they would love Meladee to answer for them? Meladee, any last words for the team?
Just know that, and I said it earlier, but I can't say it enough, if somebody else has done it, you too can do it. Follow what they're doing. And teach it to your team. Here, I do want to follow up because I think I don't know, got myself distracted when I was talking about getting people results. You might be going, well, I'm not getting results myself. How can I get other people results if I'm not getting the results I'm looking for now? Plug into those trainings. Robert has given us what we need to get our business off the ground effectively. Don't be a secret agent. Tell everybody, because if you were going to open a restaurant, you were going to open a steakhouse, every single person you knew, you would give them a flyer for that grand opening. And you would tell them, you would tell your family and friends, you need to be there. You would have no problem with that. Yet in network marketing, sometimes we're like, yeah, I don't know if I want to tell them yet. What are they going to think? Doesn't matter what they think. They're not paying your bills. I used to be the queen of what are people going to think? So when you're growing your teams, make yourself available. Point, guide, and direct them. Please don't train them. Point, guide, and direct them to the information that's going to help them build their business. Also, if you're having a difficult time and you haven't hit what you feel is successful yet, plug into that training yourself. As you're learning, hey, share this. Oh, I just watched this training again. Had to share it with you. Share it with them. Some people aren't tuned in. They don't understand, to watch for notifications. They get so overwhelmed with all of this stuff. We just got to keep it as simple as possible for them. And point to the information. Edify, be excited. Let them know that other people, oh, so-and-so just hit 50K. Oh, so-and-so just hit this. And let people know that it's achievable. And they can do it. And let them know that you're there to help them do it. Not everybody's going to grab hold of your hand. We can't force them, but we can let them know that we're there to support them. That's about all I've got for you this morning. Thank you so much for this pleasure of being able to get on here with y'all. If you and I aren't connected, please reach out to me on Facebook. Send me a message, and I will I would love to connect with each and every one of you.
Awesome. Meladee, thank you so much. Meladee, can I ask you one quick question, please?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
All right. So when you're edifying Robert, and you're sending them to someplace because you want to send them to everything that Robert has, which is magnificent. Do you send them to roberthollis.com, or what do you send them to particularly?
I share Robert's care package, which goes to roberthollis.com, right?
Okay, right.
So yeah, I like to, sometimes I will tell you for the longest time, and I don't know why I did this. I wasn't thinking, so I wouldn't say to do this, but I have Robert's book saved in a Google Drive. Now there are some people, and I can tell who they are now. I can identify them by the way that they link me. They just shoot me a link. They don't say hello, how's your family, great connecting with you. They just blam, link. Anybody here ever get that? People trying to recruit you just by shooting you some information they think you're going to sit and look at. I used to, for those people specifically, I would send them Robert's book on a PDF from my Google Drive link. And then I realized that's not giving them full access to everything Robert has. So because I cared what they thought, that's how I did it. roberthollis.com/book is what I was doing. Now I use the care package.
Got it. Okay.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
For those
Thank
of
you
you
so
who
much.
don't know, I put it in the chat here and on the group mess or comments. roberthollis.com/care, and Robert Hollis, the other one that Meladee talked about, lifemechanic.com/fisherman.
Yes, that's awesome. Oh my goodness.
Which is awesome. She is correct. That is amazing. So those two links are both in the chat here and both in our Facebook group. So you guys can click on that and get all that information. So, and also a part of the Vision team. If you're not a part of the Vision team, there's all kinds of training there. And Meladee, is Masterclass going to be live there today for a while, or is that on Tuesdays?
I don't know if we're going live. I don't know if we're going live from there today. I'm not doing the technical part. I'm just going to show up and share whatever God tells me to share.
Amen. Well,
I had no time to think about it, no time to prep. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an amazing class either way.
Absolutely.
No love and prayers to Robert. I know he's not feeling 100%, but if you guys could shoot a prayer out for him, that would be great. He's always the person that's rooting for us the most. And, anytime we can give anything back, that prayer would be great for him. Thank you so much, Ron. You've got an amazing group here. Amazing group. I was going to see if I could just shoot my Meladee Here to Serve You link here, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I think everything is froze up because I turned it off.
What is your link? I can.
It's Meladee Here to Serve.
Oh, that's your Facebook?
Mm-hmm. So I think I've got it here. So let me go.
Okay.
And I can put it here. You guys can connect with me there if you like. If you have any questions, reach out. If you go, oh, I wanted to ask this and I totally forgot. I get that. I do that all the time. So I'm here to help you guys. I'd love to be able to connect and do it, whatever it is that I can do to help you. So that's in the chat there.
I see it. Thank you.
Hi, Meladee. This is James.
Hi, James.
Hi. I just want to say thank you again for blessing us with all of your knowledge and the wisdom that you have received from Robert. As we're speaking about Robert, I just wanted to share one of his quotes that that just came to mind. He said, with just a little faith, there's no doubt.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, James. I love that. He is brilliant. I'm telling you guys, he's got a lot of quotes. And, the one last thing that I'd like to leave you with, and it's something that just kind of fell out of my mouth yesterday in a training with my group, was You know, having good intentions. I'm all about setting our intentions, setting a structure for yourself. This is a business and you're taking it serious. We got to take it serious. We've got to structure time for ourselves. Unless you're not a busy person, you have all the time in the world to do whatever you want. I'm busy. I know I've got a lot of single moms. I've got a lot of spouses that have 2 jobs and, you know, all this. So structuring ourselves is important. We have to set intentions. Having good intentions is not enough. We have to set intentions. And I say we because I mean me too. So with that, you guys all have a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. God bless each and every one of you. And thank you so much, Ron, for reaching out and inviting me to meet your wonderful group, your family here.
Well, thank you, Meladee. You have been amazing. And thank Carlos. Carlos brought it to my attention and said, hey, you know Meladee, let's ask her and see if she'll do it. So yes. Thank you so much for agreeing to that. And this has been an amazing. Everybody, if you've got people that haven't seen this, the Facebook Live will be up there. Get them on here to see this. This has been an amazing training with Meladee, and what an amazing servant heart and servant leadership we have here. So thank you again. Everybody have a great weekend, and God bless everyone.
Thank you, Meladee.
Bye. Thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.